Well, hello my friends. I just wanted to say thank you for your guys' continued support. I had something to say today because I find that in my journey this has really helped me find out who I am. So I thought I would share a little message today about self-love and self-care. Look like a ragamuffin right now, I know, but I've already kind of explained to you guys that right now it's not really about me looking good, it's about making sure I get my message across, that I stick true to who I am, and right now it's winter time, and it's really rainy today, but it's a good time for self-reflection, when we kind of have to sit in our houses when it's precipitating outside. We can think about what's going on. Sometimes we just sit in front of a screen all day. Oh, look. But perhaps learning about ourselves and maybe expanding our knowledge might be a little more helpful. So, taking advantage of the dreary day, we're going to talk about what we can do to make ourselves feel better. Just a little bit of background information on me. I was born and raised a witness, as you guys know already. I have struggled with myself and how I view myself all around self-esteem issues my entire life. And I've really tried to go back all the way to when I was quite young to figure out where it stemmed from. And society plays a huge effect on how people view themselves anyway. They say women have a hard time, and I think men have a hard time just as much as women. We all have a certain way we all are supposed to look according to the society's norm, or whoever happens to be excited on the catwalk at this time or another. But being shaped with regular TV commercials and advertisements, that's new normal. But as a Jehovah's Witness, I try to figure out where the self-worth exits when that starts happening, and it really is from the very get-go. We are told that we're sinners, and of course everyone is. I think in every religion, pretty much, that that's kind of pushed into us really bad, because the fact that you can be guilty might make you feel a little more inspired to donate more money to the church, so you're not quite so guilty, or to do more for the church, or for God, or whatever. That guilt has a lot of power on people, and I think it's something that we should think about. If we are being motivated by guilt, that really does not derive from love, that derives from power. So if you are finding yourself feeling inclined to do something, is it because you truly want to, or is it because someone's guilting you into doing it? Maybe you need to grow. Maybe you feel guilty and you shouldn't. Maybe you need to assess the situation. I'm not interfering with that. I'm just trying to open our minds to understand that when somebody says to you that the children in Africa are starving, while you and having a plate of food in front of you, that would incite you to feel guilty, and therefore you should eat. That's not really because you're hungry, it's because now you're guilty. Does that make sense? So that guilt is from a very young age. Oh my goodness, I mean, you could probably trace it back to a lot of different things as you're being brought up, whether it was in a religion or in society or not. So then it just depends on how you want to pick it apart. I do not want to be a victim, and that's one of my biggest things. Now, each person is their own. Some people derive great comfort in having everything in the world has been done to them. I have seen that. I guess I've been that a little bit. Everybody needs validation. I don't care who you are. So we all are victims. We've all had really terrible things that have happened. If you are a person out there that hasn't, I'm not thinking you exist. So when we are dealing with our trials, we want to make sure that we understand everybody's been through that. Everybody, and there's probably somebody that has been through worse. It's kind of like the Olympics. There's always going to be somebody else to break that record, you know. So you are not, I am not the biggest victim in the world, and if you want to be, I feel really bad for you. So don't play the victim game if you want to grow. If you want to be a victim, then that is your choice. I am not going to give much time to people who want to play that card. I am not speaking to you. If you want to feel sorry for yourself, if you do not want to get past the wrongs that you have been through, that is not going to be something I'm going to be able to help you with. You have to want to move forward with your life and move on. I'm not being heartless at all. I'm just being honest that everybody has their story. Yours is no better than anyone else's. It might be interesting, but you write a book. You know, you want to share it, be validated that way. But if you keep just rehashing it and reliving it to where you're constantly miserable all the time, you won't grow. And what's going to happen is being a victim, and that's what that is, where you just want to have people feel bad for you all the time. That doesn't feel good for anyone, especially you. It makes you look weak and pitiful, but it also makes you look ignorant because you don't want to grow. You don't want to get past this. You just want to keep repeating the same cycles. If you want to do that, I am not judging. That's not who I want my audience to be. I can't help, I can't assist, and it's quite frustrating for me when somebody just wants to keep telling me their story and not moving on. So I'm not being heartless, just honest that please, if you want to comment, and if you want to get through stuff that's going on with you, or if you want to help me get through my stuff that I'm going through, thank you with my whole heart. If those who've reached out, I just want to say thank you for your kindness and support. It really does make a difference for me. It makes me smile. Sometimes I cry, but it brings back things for me that I need to deal with. It helps me realize that, man, I don't always have a bad story. Some of these people have really gone through a lot of stuff that nobody should go through, and so many things. It's one thing to be, have child abuse as a young person, but then to go with the mind control on top of that, and then sometimes go into full-fledged abuse as adults. Then shunning, these are terrible things all individually by themselves. So don't feel like that you're not important. Just know that a lot of people are also going through very similar situations, and rather than being a victim, it is so much better for everyone to be a team player and to help support and encourage rather than just keep bringing people down. I do not want to bring you guys down. I might drop a little story here and there. I might tell you, just for the sake of illustration, something that might have happened, but that's not my goal here. I don't really feel like I need validation. Not right now. Maybe something that might come up later on when I have new trauma that comes in. Perhaps I might need some validation, but I really just want to kind of hone in on the whole point of how to grow and how to heal and how I'm trying to learn. I'm always open for suggestions too and feedback. If you guys are seeing something in my behavior or something that's going on or something you might be worried about, I'm always open. I might have to throw it out of the way because it doesn't make any sense, but I will certainly listen, and I will try really hard to be upbeat and happy and positive. Again, don't burst my bubble, I won't burst yours. Have an open mind. If you're going to bring up something to debate, I'm all for debate. I was top of my class in speech and debate, and then I didn't go any farther, so I'm ready. And I've got an open mind with no judgment, so I don't want to waste my time, but I'm all for learning. If there's something that I need to be aware of, or something that maybe you think would help me grow, I'm all for that. Please feel free to comment or send me an email, whatever you would like to do. I also kind of want to make a suggestion to those who might be needing to talk. You know that I'm just one person. I'm that one girl. I don't have anybody that checks my emails. I don't. Yeah, it's just me, and I'm busy, and I have a life that I'm trying to put back together. That being said, I'm very interested in each of you. I'm very interested in hoping that as a collective, and a collective of free thinkers, if there is one, not the Borg type collective, the kind that we want to be open-minded and as a group learn and grow in truth. So if we can do that, we should. I honestly feel like there's great healing in writing, in journaling, diaries, whatever the case may be. And this is the deal, is a lot of the times our family members find it, or we just don't feel like we have the time, or we're not good at writing, or whatever it is, or perhaps we just don't even know how. I encourage you to heal. I encourage you to do whatever you can in order to heal. And if that means that you want to write to me, I can't always promise that I can write you back, but sometimes we don't need a response. Sometimes we just need to get something out on paper or get something off of our chest. I leave that as an open invitation to you. If you need to talk, if there is something that you need to share, and even if it's private, please email me. I don't even have to read it. If it says, please don't read at the top, I can just put it in my delete box. I really have no interest in making your story a big deal, because I'm trying to heal, but I also know that being heard, perhaps you haven't really been able to be honest with anyone, or thought maybe be judgmental because you need to curse, swear. I mean, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. There's not anything that I haven't heard. There's probably very little that I haven't seen. As witnesses, we see a lot. We go through a lot. It's almost like a daily soap opera. And then once you leave, then you, of course, see much of the world. And I really am not judgmental. And I mean to set the bar so high that nobody can reach it. I'm not encouraging any perversion. I am not encouraging anybody to think that I am a lonely sucker. That's not me. Again, I'm no flirting, nothing like that. I'm encouraging people to heal, to get better. If that means they need to share something or try to ask for suggestions or whatever, please do so. I encourage that. On another note, I want to make sure you guys know that I am not in any way, shape, or form a licensed therapist, and I want to kind of leave it on this note, so any future videos that I may do with suggestions or help will be known that it's just purely a person. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. All I am is just this little girl that is trying to make her life better. So that please, I'm begging you, if you are having thoughts of suicide, if you are struggling so bad, if you are having depression, I can't help you with those things. Sometimes there really, truly is a chemical imbalance. I am not in any way certified to determine whether or not you need psychiatric help. I can tell you most cult members, most people that have been in the military, lots of people that have been within mind control, with PTSD, with bipolar, with borderline personality disorder, and then the new religion disorder. I mean, there's a lot. So get some help if you need it. There's nothing wrong with it. It gives you a good leg of support to start on, because if you're a Jehovah's Witness, you don't have the loving, unconditional loving support that you need. So start out with a good therapist. Find one that wants you to succeed, that wants you to grow, that can see you for who you are as a mentally well person. Find someone that's out there. They love you. I love you. So try to take care of yourself. I will give you some more suggestions on self-care and whatnot, but I just want you to know it's okay to love yourself and to take care of you, because you matter. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.